Ripple's getting ready to dump a bunch of XRP into the market. Is it going to affect XRP's price? We'll talk about it. A big time push for getting crypto into traditional finance, which could mean moon for everyone. Speaking moon for everyone, BTC to 100,000. What would happen to the alts?
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Well, happy hump day, crypto and Web3 fans. And before we get into the crypto news, and whoa, does the heat map look a little different? I got something special for you. We get into your comments, hot, spicy, relevant. Maybe I'll share it at the beginning of the next one. Tommy G says, yeah, Klaus, thanks for saying what I've always said. First is always better. For real. For the person that posted yesterday, it doesn't matter if Deaton wins or loses. It's all about exposing Warren. What good is that going to do when then Warren keeps voting down crypto stuff? Exposure doesn't mean jack shit. It's about W's and L's and attitudes like that. Oh my God. Trick supporting the channel. Thank you much. Trick supports the channel with the super chat and says, thanks for keeping it real, Klaus, and good luck on the race. Yes, I've got a race coming up in a few days. I'm getting a little nervous, but I think it's just the pre-race jitters, or is it imposter syndrome? Do I belong? It's a 100K race in the mountains. We race in all night long. Bitcoin's hitting at, whoa. The heat map, it looks a little different today, doesn't it? This is over the last 7 days because we've seen some pumping happen in the market. So I want to show you what's hot, spicy, and relevant so you can see over the last 7 days if yours is in that category. Bitcoin's in at 70,210, up 7%. ETH 2712, while Sol's at 176. BNB's at 599, while XRP's at 52.4. Arbiter making a big move as well this last week. Link making a move as well. So there are things in the market that are pumping, but there's also things that are dumping. Listen to this. BTC to hit 100,000 by January 2025. This is by 10x Research. 10x Research predicted 100,000 BTC price based on the model that recently triggered 2 buy signals. The most recent being on October 14th, and this has led to a track record of 86% accuracy based on the last 15 signals. So what they said, when Bitcoin sets a new 6-month high for the first time in 6 months like it did recently, we typically see a median return of 40% over the next 3 months. Another factor supporting the theory is Bitcoin's black hole effect, implying that increasing Bitcoin dominance is pulling the value away from altcoins. We're going to talk about that because remember, there's Bitcoin season and there's altcoin season. And right now, we're in Bitcoin season still. In addition, institutional investors such as BlackRock, MicroStrategy are now looking at BTC as a long-term stable asset of digital gold. That's what they said. Gold has always been a safe haven asset. So if BTC is the new digital gold, it makes sense the institutions would be interested. We know that BTC pulls the market up or down. But obviously, as you can see here, BTC is like up the biggest, while the rest of the market is up a little here, a little there. So if BTC goes to 100,000, how much is that going to help out the alts? Is there enough love out there for the alts? Because I got to be honest with you, this last week of BTC has seen what? 7% gains, while XRP is down 1.7%. XLM essentially sideways. Aptos down 1%. Immutable down almost 8%. Caspa, whoa, is this thing pulling back big? Down 4%. So yeah, just because BTC rises doesn't necessarily mean everyone is going to go with him. More good news for you. Florida's CFO pushes for BTC and state pension funds. That's right, we want more traditional finance in crypto, and this is a way to do it. The official is championing a Bitcoin feasibility study for Florida, pointing to recent allocations by the likes of Wisconsin and Michigan. And yes, states' rights versus federal rights in crypto is going to be a big thing. Florida's CFO, Jimmy Patronis, wants to include BTC in their pension fund. To that end, he sent a formal request to the executive director of Florida State Board of Administration, highlighting the need. In his letter, Patronis outlined the rationale behind Bitcoin's inclusion in the state's portfolio. He noted Florida's consistent AAA bond rating, record state reserves, and an economy that could see it ranked 16th largest globally if it were a country. That's just Florida. That's freaking nuts. According to him, these factors put the state in a great position to consider new investments and strategies, with BTC an excellent tool for buffering the volatility of often present in traditional asset classes. So 10x Research is like, yo, BTC is going to pump big because people are going to look at it as a store of value trade. It's like digital gold. It's a safe place to park money. Stop thinking that people are getting into BTC because it transacts fast, because you can move money back and forth. No, it's a place to park your money. This doesn't have to do with exchange and how fat. No, Where can you park your money safely? And people are picking BTC. Oh, Ripple doubles down against the SEC. Oh, I got a lot of Ripple XRP news here at the end. I didn't tell you in the intro because I wanted to see if you would still watch. Ripple doubles down against the SEC. Here's what's at risk. Basically, we got some lawyers. Oh, yeah, and the lawyers always win. Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are intensifying their defense against the SEC's allegation. They've enlisted the expertise of Cleary Gottlieb, partner Matthew Solomon, and attorney John Deaton, who's well known for XRP holders. Both are listed as non-admitted attorneys, indicating their involvement will be limited but tactically significant. A recent court filing revealed that the law firm Paul, Weiss, Rifkind, Wharton, and Garrison is no longer Larson, and Larson is now picking the same team that Garlinghouse did, so they're definitely fighting this front together. I'm bringing this up because there's so many layers to the appeal, and what Brad and Chris are doing here is making sure that they don't get bent over personally. That's a big one. Ripple unlocking $1 billion this Friday the 1st, but we know they return about 80% of it. So is this going to have effect of XRP price? Well, let's talk about it. XRP's tokenomics are based on a fixed supply of 100 billion tokens where they're unlocking $1 million every month, but returning, $1 billion every month, but returning about 80% of it. In response, Ripple took steps to increase transparency and even does reports around it. Essentially, Ripple uses a portion of these sales to cover operational expenses and invest in the XRP ecosystem. After unlocking, the company returns about 80%. As observed in October, Ripple's selling strategy funds its ongoing operations, but also affects the market. Okay. I'm bringing this up because when you look at this right here, what do you think's a bigger factor on the market? If BTC were to go to, say, 40,000, right, crash to 40, probably bring down the price of cryptos, right? Ripple is going to unlock some XRP, put most of it back in escrow. Do you think it's going to have that big of an effect on price? Probably not. What if the Middle East? What if, as of me recording right now, all of a sudden the Middle East goes completely nuclear and melts down just horrendously? Do you think that would have an effect on the price? Well, yes, of course. What about Jerome Powell freaking us all out, coming out saying, yo, I'm going to give you a 100 basis point cut? Of course that would affect. But do you really see that much effect of XRP price when it comes to the unlocking? Now, the unlocking, and the reason why I'm highlighting it is because, yes, Ripple's selling strategy funds its ongoing operations, but also affects the market, right? They use the sale of XRP to fund their operations and invest in the XRP ecosystem. So if Ripple is using XRP to fund their operations and help out the XRP ecosystem, well, then maybe they're doing a shitty job because the price sucks. You see the kind of double effect we got to ask ourselves here? If XRP sales don't affect the price of XRP, but it's meant to help the XRP ecosystem, it's really not helping it because the price sucks. So is Ripple really doing the best that they can with all that XRP to make the XRP ecosystem really juicy? Honestly, looking at the price, it sure doesn't seem so. All right, what else do I got for you? Crypto donations. Now Larson's got 11.7 million XRP that he donated to Harris. So it's not just taking XRP and dumping it on the open market. It's also used to support CamCam. But Larson says that Kamala is going to be different than Biden. He blames all the problems on Biden and none of them on Kamala. Now, in terms of XRP price, look, we're going to be in that meh zone, kids, and let's do this. Let's make this candlestick a little bit shorter here. Let's make these one-day candlesticks. And you can see ever since we had what, everyone? Middle East pressure. Look at the Middle East effect on this price. Bad. Look at this here. Do you see anywhere in here that says Ripple sold? No, you didn't. And that's my point. It's other events that are affecting the price of XRP. So right here, Middle East action, and then the SEC filed their appeal. That definitely brought down the price. So then, is Ripple's investments in the sales of XRP enough to help out? I mean, because when you think about it, that's what you have to ask yourself. If Ripple is dumping billions and billions of XRP in the market to fund their operations and to build the XRP ecosystem, how successful are they if they've already dumped, 40 billion or something like that in the market? Not successful at all, because the price reflects it. And the price does not reflect Ripple's sales of XRP. I really don't ever see a big, oh no, the price is going to crap. No, it's macros that make things go to crap. But right now, you know what we're waiting for? Election day in a few days. 2 days after that, Jerome Powell Fed rate cuts. I've got my race coming up in a few days. XRP's got support north of 50 cents. Resistance under 56. That's the story. until more news breaks. And that's the thing, like almost every company out there takes tokens and uses them to fund their operations because they're not making enough money yet on their own, so they gotta sell native token. Now, a big problem we got here, though, is that all of these companies selling their tokens to fund their operations, support the ecosystems, are any of these ecosystems garnering any sort of success from this strategy? I mean, think about it. Ripple and Stellar both do the same thing. They both sell their tokens, and they both try to help out the XLM, Stellar, Ripple, XRP ecosystem, right? But the price on both of them suck. So as Ripple and as Stellar just keep dumping more and more and more on the market, the results just aren't there. It'd be one thing if we could say, you know what, all those billions and billions and billions unlocked are helping. Look at the price, look at all this. But we can't say that. So am I worried about Ripple dumping another billion on the market? No, because honestly, it doesn't really help out the price. It doesn't help it out positively or negatively. And then all of a sudden you have to start asking yourselves, well, then what's the point of Ripple if it's not helping out the price or the ecosystem at all? Well, it's to fund their operations and to help the ecosystem. But as we've seen, macros make more price impact, and BTC tugs the market more, and BTC is up a good amount, while the rest of the market's just kind of meh right now. And meh is the price of XRP at 52 cents. Ecosystem development, you've spent 40 billion XRP so far. I don't see much of an ecosystem. I see a bunch of speculation. I don't see a lot of products that people are using. Do you? I mean, I don't see a lot of people out there doing big transactions of XRP with payments. I showed it on the Explorer yesterday. We didn't see that. So really, who is the winner in all of this? Well, it's the lawyers. It's the CEOs and CFOs and so forth. Because they get paid whether the price of XRP sucks or goes to the moon. Think about that. Same with the lawyers. They get paid whether they win or they lose. Something to think about. Choo-choo, bitches.